Here's the truth. I would rather stay in Texas than go back to California right now.
We signed a lease for a year. I was very unhappy here. At the end, I was like, I'm just gonna suck it up. Like, I can't be so weak. I'm just gonna suck it up, survive this year, and then we're gonna go back to California. It is official, you guys. We are officially moving. We signed our new lease and we are moving to... What a month, you guys. I literally woke up this morning and my head was racing. I had just so many thoughts in my head that I realized I do have to vlog and share them all with you, because you guys are kind of like my safe space and you give me a lot of good advice. So I just want you to listen to everything that's happening in my life and maybe, you know, listen and don't judge. Our lives are always pretty crazy. Like, we always have so much going on with like traveling a lot and packing and unpacking, and you know, we're used to being constantly on the go and just living out of the suitcase, which is not an issue. But obviously now with the pregnancy being a new factor in our lives and you know, all the other crazy things, this month is just a little bit too much that I can swallow. So we're gonna talk about it. Just wanted to talk a little bit and start with talking about the pregnancy and how it's going. I obviously am in my second trimester right now and I'm feeling much better than I did in my first one. Like, it's not even comparable. I have my energy back. I can eat food without, you know, wanting to throw up, which is extremely nice. But there's just a lot of like mental issues that came with it. I'm not really depressed. I'm obviously overwhelmed with everything going on. I'm not like sad. I'm happy about all the changes we have going on, but I genuinely feel inside like I had some major glow down. I've been spending a lot of time looking at the old footage on my phone just for work purposes, but I was forced to look at all the photos and videos from a year ago, from 2 years ago, and how I looked like and how I felt. And I realized I really missed those times where I felt like myself. And I know it might sound a little bit superficial or vain or I don't know, but I think for us women, it is so important to feel good in your own body and just feel like yourself. I've never been like overly secure or confident. I think all the women always have some, you know, confidence issues and we have things we don't like about ourselves. So obviously I've always had that, but just looking back at all the photos and videos from a couple of years ago, I just feel like I looked and felt so much better mentally. And obviously growing a human is one of the most beautiful things you can experience. And in my first trimester, I was feeling really guilty because I did not feel that one bit. I didn't feel beautiful. I did not feel like the pregnancy is anything I'm looking forward to. I just felt so bad that I couldn't understand how people say that it's like the most beautiful state. But now in my second, I definitely understand, and like seeing the belly grow and going to those doctor's appointments and seeing our baby looking actually like a baby and not just some weird UFO creature, I definitely realize how beautiful this process is. But regardless of that, it is extremely difficult mentally and physically. So this week I have scheduled a couple of beauty appointments just to kind of give myself like a little glow up situation, because I've never felt uglier in my entire life. I feel bloated. I have cellulite all over my legs, all over my bum. I think my skin looks the worst it's ever been. It just looks absolutely dead. I have pimples. I have never struggled with acne. Again, this is going to be like a very vain thing to say, but I can't get Botox, so my forehead is just moving and I have wrinkles that I am not used to having. My under eye bags are absolutely insane because I can't sleep at night right now, and I've been wanting to get like a PRP treatment for under eyes, which I obviously can't do right now. So all those things together, as much as vain and like superficial they sound, they don't make me feel great mentally. So today I have a lymphatic drainage massage, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. And I have a brow and lash appointment for some tinting. I'm not sure if I'm going to do my lashes, but brows for sure. I've only done it once before, so I'm really hoping it's going to look good. I also did my hair last week, but unfortunately the hair is a little bit too dark on my top, so I have to go back on Tuesday to get it redone and brighten it up, because just by looking at photos from a couple of years ago, I thought I looked good with darker hair, and then I was questioning if I should even go blonder, but looking back, I think blonde just gives me more life, which I absolutely need right now. So I'm going to go back and get my root retouched, because we had a little bit of a misunderstanding with my hairdresser of what I want, and I definitely want to just brighten it up. Of course, today would be the day. This is literally my biggest nightmare every time I put a mascara on, and of course today it has to happen. Thank God this mascara is just the best mascara you can possibly get. I know a lot of you were asking me in my nighttime routine video how I'm taking my mascara off, and it's literally water. This is the tubing mascara from Tarte. I know a lot of companies have tubing mascara, but those mascaras do not smudge. They come off with water in like little strings because they coat your lashes, and then you can just pull them with water, which is really nice because it's not messy and it's just so easy to clean, and you will never have smudges under your eyes. So, you know, if you're hormonal and a little bit sad and are crying and whatever, like me, some days you will never have smudges under your eyes because this mascara does not smudge. You know, another thing that is extremely difficult, I think, is, and that is absolutely on me and my fault or my decision, I have decided to share the pregnancy online, and I'm very happy I did, because I'm getting a lot of great advice, and I feel like I have support because there is just so many other women that are also going through the same. So I feel like we have a little community of us going through it together. But one thing that is extremely frustrating, and again, I don't blame those people, I believe that those comments are coming from a place of love and like care, so I can't really be upset about it, but whenever I post absolutely anything right now, there's 1,000 Instagram / TikTok / Facebook doctors that are trying to tell me what I should be doing and should not be doing. And even though I feel like I'm doing a lot of research and I'm trying to be extremely careful, as Randy says, I'm like too careful about what I eat and what I do, and I'm like really trying to be on top of things that are only safe for pregnancy. Even though I feel like I do a lot of research and I'm trying to be really safe with it, there's always people just coming at me and telling me, you can't do this is toxic, you can't do lymphatic drainage. Show me the proof where you can't do lymphatic drainage pregnant, because I've done my research and it's actually really good for your body. And again, don't listen to me, do your own research, go ask your doctor, because that's the best advice you're gonna get. But as of my research and my conversation with my doctor, the lymphatic drainage is actually really good for you, especially now where I have so much water retention, and on top of that my body's immune system is obviously lowered because of the pregnancy. and lymphatic drainage helps with all those issues. So show me the receipts. If you show me any proof that lymphatic drainage is not good for you, or not one proof, but like an actual research on that, I will stop. But for now, I'm going to be doing it. I also started doing at night, I showed you guys in my nighttime routine, dry brushing, just because I actually want to show you, because why not? Let's be real. I don't know if you guys can see, but I've never struggled with cellulite, and I'm sure for some of you are gonna say it's nothing, but this is new to me. My whole underbutt area is just really covered in cellulite, and my butt as well, but I'm obviously not gonna show you. I've been implementing some dry brushing just to wake up some circulation in my body, because it's supposed to help stimulate the circulation and like get rid of the water retention. And also yesterday I got this machine of torture, which is this roller that you basically like clip on your leg, and you can massage your legs. And Randy is very happy about this machine, because every night he has to give me my bum massage with this to help me with my bum cellulite. So he's very excited to use this. He loves this. This is his new favorite toy to use every night. So we're happy that he likes it, because he can help me with it. I can't massage I actually could probably, but it's just much easier for him to do it now. I know further along in pregnancy, I actually could do it, but I can't put so much pressure on my bum with it. But later on in pregnancy, when I can't lay on my tummy anymore, we'll have to do it standing or some other way. Now I have to blow dry my hair and get ready to leave for my lymphatic drainage, and I'm going to talk to you guys about that on the way there. Outfit of the day is literally nothing special. It's just a black tank and jeans. That's another problem. I absolutely cannot fit in any of my clothing. I have 3 closets full of clothes from years that I accumulated, and I cannot fit in any of them. So yesterday I went to Target, because that's the only store we have in our area nearby, and I got myself some linen pants and like a linen top, because I thought I'm gonna wear it today. But unfortunately it is raining, so I had to change my entire idea. And because I get frustrated every time I walk into my closet and I can't find anything because nothing fits, I always just end up with a basic t-shirt and jeans. And that's another problem with the area that we live in right now. It's, I do not have a reason to get ready. Like, there's just, it might sound stupid, but there's just nowhere to go to look good, really. Like, there's one store and like one Target, so I don't really have a reason to like put makeup on, like get my hair done, put a nice outfit on. And I think that also contributes to my mental well-being. Again, for us women, to look good makes us feel good, and when you don't have a reason really to look nice, it can impact you mentally. So I've been not trying really hard. I've been literally wearing like giant t-shirts and sweatpants this entire time, and the best I can do right now out of the clothes that can fit me are jeans and a black t-shirt. Randy keeps telling me that I need to go shopping and like go get myself some new clothes to feel better, but the problem is it gets me so frustrated also because I don't know what size I'm wearing. I've never been this size, and I'm obviously going to be bigger as the pregnancy goes. So whenever I go to the store, I get overwhelmed. I hate shopping as is. I don't like shopping for clothes online or in the store. It causes so much anxiety in me. I absolutely hate it. I wish I had somebody just shopping for clothes for me because I can't stand it. And now not knowing what size I am and what is going to look good and what not is just adding to the daily stress that I already have. So this is going to be it. I'm actually very excited that we're moving, because we're moving to an area where I will be probably forced to try harder and look better so I can feel better. So I'm very excited about that part of moving as well. I found this sweater still with tags on, so I'm gonna throw it on.
You're gonna take the tags off?
Yeah, I will. But this is good enough. This is going to be the outfit of the day.
You're literally just going to a massage, so you have to take all of your clothes off.
That's true.
And then you're gonna come straight back home, so you should have just stayed in
Yeah,
sweats.
but like we never...
You should have just stayed in your PJs.
That is true. But we never go like to the city, and it's like...
Right, but we're not even gonna go today.
That's true, because it's raining.
I like this outfit.
You like everything. You're just like the biggest hype man, regardless.
Yeah. You're not gonna be able to wear pants like this for a while.
They're pregnancy jeans they have
They
that
say
they're
that
selling.
anything with a waistband is gonna be incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can feel it already.
You need those overalls, those trousers. You should just get
So
those. Yeah, get overalls.
I know, like a belly.
Yeah.
So this is it, you guys. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna throw a Chanel bag on. That's gonna make it so much better. Hold on. How about that? Not bad. It is obviously not my best. It's just like a casual outfit, but it is not sweats and it's not pajamas. So it's a major progress. The best perfume for summer. I would also like to point out that I have my personal chauffeur slash bodyguard with
Must
me.
be nice.
So
You always talk about how you want a Tesla because she doesn't want to have to drive and she wants a car that drives her around, and I don't understand why you would ever need that because you never drive. So you already have a car that drives itself.
That's true, but yeah, I don't know why. Like ever since I got pregnant, I like rarely drive. I just sit here because I think I'm just like in a survival mode. So I'm just like existing, and you're helping me exist.
Glad
So
to be of service.
one of many. But let's talk about lymphatic drainage. I'm gonna set you guys up for 1 second and we're gonna talk about it. If you guys are following me on Instagram, you know a couple of weeks ago I have gotten a face lymphatic drainage, and I was looking for a place that specializes in lymphatic drainage for pregnancy, for body. I didn't know that the place I went to actually offers that. So last time when I was there and I told them I'm pregnant, they're like, oh, actually we can schedule you for a pregnancy lymphatic drainage too for the next time. And I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing, because I was actually looking for a place. Lymphatic drainage is a gentle massage that aims to push the toxins and excess water out of your body. I've been doing it for probably, I don't know, 6 years, 6-7 years probably. I started when we lived in Los Angeles. I just saw the results somebody posted of before and after, and I was like, oh my god, like what is this? And ever since I was maybe not super consistent with it, like not like every month or so, where they suggest you do it like even once a week, but it's very expensive. So if you have money to do it, please go ahead and do it, because it's good for you. But I don't have that amount of cash, okay? So I just do it whenever I can, like every couple of months or so. But the side effect of the good positive side effect of lymphatic drainage is that your body just looks absolutely shredded. And I will attach some photos, not from this place I'm going to, because they're actually not able to work on my tummy because obviously the pregnancy. So we're gonna work on my arms, on my legs, I think my sides a little bit, but they're avoiding the tummy area because obviously there is no pressure that can be put on my stomach right now. But I will attach the photos of my stomach before and after lymphatic drainage, and that is just the side effect of pushing the toxins and the water retention out of your body. It is a gentle technique. Again, I'm not able to record this place because they're not allowing to record the technique that they're using, I guess. but I have plenty of videos of other places where I have gotten it, and this is basically what they do. They gently massage your body, they wake up your lymph nodes, and then push the excess water retention and the toxins into the lymph nodes, and then you kind of pee it all out. Usually after the lymphatic drainage, I actually develop a crazy headache, and I think it's connected with the toxins that are in my body. So you're supposed to drink a lot, reduce the amount of sodium that you eat, and try to really stay like eating healthy and move your body after you get the massage. But the effects are great. It also boosts your immune system, which, like I mentioned, it's probably very important for me right now when I'm pregnant. And overall, I just feel like I have so much water retention everywhere in my body, and the cellulite being there, so I just want to feel good. So I decided to have it done today, and I'm actually very, very excited. My massage is complete. The one thing I absolutely forgot, I obviously washed my hair this morning and I had a band on, but then they put a bunch of oil all over your body and your face, and they rubbed it all over my clean hair. So now I look like I have greasy hair again, but you guys saw the proof. I washed my hair this morning and I do not intend to wash it again, so I'm just gonna rock my greasy hair all day. The massage was amazing. Obviously it is not the same as the full body not pregnancy massage, which is much better when they focus on your stomach and your bum and stuff. I know that some places, because I've seen videos, they will lay pregnant women on their sides and work on the sides and like bum as well. Here they just kind of left me laying down on my back, so it didn't really allow them to work on my butt at all, but they did work on my legs, on my arms, on my face, obviously like shoulder and what is this called?
Sternum.
Décolletage?
Sternum.
Décolletage? Not sternum is here. Oh. I'm talking about like this.
My chest.
Area, the chest.
Your décolletage?
My décolletage. Isn't it called décolletage?
No. Not in English.
But in Polish it's décolleté. So I'm sometimes making words up, like that would kind of sound cool. Décolletage, wouldn't that sound so cool?
It's a much better name.
So cool. So anyway, it feels amazing. I just wish they worked on my butt, but that is Randy's job. I told you guys that he loves this new torture machine that I got. He's very excited to use it, right?
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I have quite a busy day. We're heading back home, which, as you guys know from the other vlogs and me complaining about it constantly, everything is 45 minutes away here. That's one of the reasons we're moving, but we have to head back home. I have to eat lunch, pack a snack to go, grab a couple of things for my mom, and I'm going to update you guys on my mom's situation when we're home, when I'm grabbing her stuff. But then I have to head back again and actually drive over an hour to my next appointment, which is going to be my brows, and I'm gonna talk about it in a little bit as well. I was like absolutely not joking in my what I eat in a day video, you guys, that I've been living off the same salad for the past couple of weeks, and I just literally eat it every single day. So yesterday I had it with tuna, but as you guys know, when you're pregnant, you're supposed to limit the amount of tuna you're eating. So yesterday I had it with tuna. Even Toby wants it. See? It's so good. But today I just have hard-boiled eggs inside as my source of protein. And I've been obsessed. I literally was telling Randy I need to switch it up and do something new, and then the lunch comes and I'm like, I just want this salad really bad. It's just so refreshing and delicious. But I thought I'm gonna sit down and tell you guys a little bit about what's going on with my mom. I know that a lot of you guys are wondering where she's at, what's happening, is she still in California? So I wanted to give you a little update because I think it's going to give you a little bit of a perspective on our situation too, and how difficult it was to be here for the past couple of months. So as you guys know, my mom got her green card last year, and as soon as she got the green card, we decided to move her here. This move was never for her to be here full time. She always wanted to do half and half, being in Poland and in the United States. So the idea was that for the cold months, when, you know, obviously Poland is very, very cold, she would be here to kind of, you know, not suffer during winter, and then during spring, summer, she would go back there as she has her foundations, you know, saving animals there, and she still has some things that she needs to take care of. So it was always supposed to be 50-50. It was never like a situation that she was planning to move here full time and just live with us this entire time. So the idea was that she's gonna come to United States, live with us for a little bit, but in the meantime find a live-in position for her job. That is what she did in Germany. So that's something that she's not used to. She was taking care of elderly people in Germany, so she would go from Poland to Germany, live with them and take care of them, basically as like a live-in nurse situation. And that was the idea, that she's going to do the same here. So as soon as she got to California, she found a job literally the first week with a very nice lady, very nice family. And then obviously our move came, and she got an offer to actually stay there with them and live with them, because the position wasn't live-in. She was just going there every single day. But she wanted to be closer to us, and when we came here and scouted the area and the house, obviously this house is massive, there's plenty of room for everybody, so we knew that there is plenty of room for my mom to have the entire upstairs to herself, and we would stay downstairs. And in my head, when we came here, I saw this place as so much nature around, and my mom loves nature, and there is a private access lake, private lake access, and I saw it as a place that's great for biking, because it's very out in the nature. But unfortunately, when we got here, we realized that this place is less than ideal. My mom wants to work, she wants to be independent, she's still young, she's still full of life, she wants to be busy, she wants to work for herself and not rely on anybody else. So as soon as we got here and we started looking for jobs, we realized it is extremely difficult to do without owning a car, which she doesn't have, and we also don't need the second car. And because she's here only part-time and her time was coming to an end, she was supposed to go back in March, there was no way for us to buy a car. There was just, it wouldn't be a smart choice, because me and Randy are all the time together. We don't need the second vehicle, and for her to have a vehicle for 1 month or 2 months to go to work wouldn't actually make sense. So in California, she was able to bike to work on her electric bike, because everything was very nearby, very close. And we thought it's going to be the same here. However, when she started going on bikes to the grocery stores just to be a little bit more independent and do her own thing, she realized that the hills that are surrounding our house are actually not bikeable at all. It's very difficult, because some of the hills are very vertical, and even on an electric bike, it's just extremely hard. So looking for a job became a problem as soon as we realized that, guess what? Every job opportunity that came her way, and there was obviously a lot because she has great experience and great recommendations, it was 45 minutes away driving by car. So For us to drive her every single day would obviously not be an option. That would mean that we're driving 45 minutes to drop her off, 45 minutes back, and then again to pick her up. That's 3 hours of driving there and back. Her not having a car is obviously an issue. And yes, we could have rented a car, but the money made versus the money spent on a car rental just does not add up at all. And biking is just not an option whatsoever. So for the first couple of months, obviously, whenever we traveled, my mom was helping us with our animals. She was biking around, but this last time I just realized like I feel really not good about the fact that she's kind of stuck here too. And even though she loves nature and she loves the quiet and peace and all of that, I think it was really hard for her, and that's something we did not take into consideration when we were moving here. I just thought that the area is much more bikeable. I thought that there will be job opportunities even within our community. There is a lot of houses with elderly people, so I thought she will be able to find a job nearby. That's not going to be an issue, which she did find a pet caring job nearby, but it's not a full-time position. It's just like from time to time, so she can make some extra money there. So there's just a lot of factors that even though my mom is very easy, all she wants to do is to be able to bike around, to be outside and, you know, make her own money somewhere and be independent. And that became a big issue because none of those things could be happening. So I saw that she's a little bit, she never complains really, but I saw that she's a little bit uncomfortable and not the happiest. And she was supposed to go back in March, but because we have some travel opportunities that came in April, I asked her to stay for the month of April as well, just so we can get help with our animals when we are abroad. And actually in the meantime, she was able to find a live-in position in Austin, closer to the city center. So that's where she is right now. That was again the idea from the very beginning, that she's going to find a position like that or work somewhere on the side and get some part-time apartment. It was never an idea or a goal for my mom to be with us for the entire year. So I just wanted to put it out there and make it clear. So she's there right now. She's there only for a couple of days so far. So I'm going to bring her some of her stuff that she still has here. And of course, on the weekends, she's going to be here with us. And whenever we're gone, she's going to be staying here and then driving to work with our car that we're going to leave for her to use. So we're able to solve this last month of being here very nicely, actually. This was the setup that was supposed to be set up from the very beginning since we moved here, but it was very difficult to find a live-in position so fast. So I'm glad that at least this last month here, there is some sort of a solution where my mom can feel independent. She feels busy. She feels like she has things to do. She loves the area she is in right now. She said it's beautiful. There is a lot of parks nearby. It's much closer to the center. It's not so secluded as where we are. So she's able to go on those bike rides. She has a store that's only 5 minutes away on a bike. So there's just much more things for her to do. So I'm really happy that she's able to make some extra money, bike around, and you know, just do what she actually enjoys doing. So I'm actually going to be getting my brows done, and on the way there I'm going to drop off some of the stuff that she needs. And then today I think is Saturday, and then next Friday I'm gonna bring her back here so she can stay here for the weekend. And this salad, just stop. Insane in the membrane. All the little stupid things that I know. And I'm like a big parrot, like a big repeater, and I don't even realize, but Randy will say like all the little things that are like funny, and then I will repeat it and like I act like they're my own, but they're actually all Randy's. So whatever like weird things I'm saying, that's probably Randy's idea. Me and my mom's cat, my childhood cat, are going to see my mom. I don't go anywhere without a snack, as I told you guys. I don't leave my house without a snack. Right, you guys, remember my face now before, because I will be a new person with new brows after you see me next. I've only gotten my eyebrows tinted and laminated once in my life before, and as soon as I walked out of the salon, they were like crazy looking. They were super dark and like just standing up, which was insane. And when Randy saw me, he was like, what the hell did you do? But of course, after a couple face washes and like with time, they washed out. And actually after a couple of days, when they got slightly lighter and like the lamination wasn't so harsh on them, I loved the results and the convenience. I think I did it before we went to Europe for summer last year, and they lasted me quite some time. So I thought, because we have multiple trips now in April, it will be really convenient to just get it done and like not have to worry about my brows, especially that this is one part of the makeup that I don't think I can get down. I see people doing beautiful brows, and that's something I can't figure out. So it would be nice to just have it done and ready to go, so I can do the rest of my makeup and the brows are done. So I'm excited. I saw this salon's work, and they also work with a lot of blondes and do wonderful, beautiful job on the brows. So I'm very, very excited to see the results and be a new person as a part of this glow up week that I much need for my mental health. Okay, I need to give you guys a little update on my eyebrows, because yesterday when I was leaving the salon, the light...
They spilled ink all over them or what?
Randy just doesn't understand like what tinting and lamination is, and he doesn't understand that when you walk out of the salon, they're going to be much darker.
I could have just done the same thing with a permanent marker.
To all of you brow lamination artists, please do not listen to the men that don't understand us girls.
Look at these eyebrows. Nobody needs to laminate
you need some
these.
plucking, actually.
Yeah, I know.
And
like a unibrow.
Yeah, you actually need some plucking.
Thanks.
So maybe.
Thanks.
So maybe don't comment. But this is the first time I got my lashes laminated, and I'm absolutely obsessed. I woke up this morning and my lashes, now I have a little bit of mascara on, but my lashes are just so much darker and like curled up. So when I woke up, I was like, damn, I got lashes, because my lashes are naturally blonde, so you can never really see them. Like I just look like a mole rat.
Is it like dyeing them or what?
Yeah, darker and twirling the lashes up, and then dyeing the brows and like making them up so I can brush them and style them much
Okay, but
easier.
how long are they going to be black?
He's so stressed.
I mean that seriously.
With every wash
it
of
makes
my
you look
face,
angry. You're like,
I have no Botox in my face right now, you guys, so I can make all the, you know, like this is my signature like family face. So now I can do this.
Oh yeah.
And I couldn't do it for years. And now because of the baby, obviously I have no Botox, so I can do all the faces, be angry. You've never seen me angry.
No, I have. I've definitely seen you angry before.
For 9
I don't need
years.
Botox to know that you're angry.
Yeah, but I couldn't make a face. You know, before when I was angry, I was like, I'm so angry. And I would look like this. And now I'm like, I'm so angry. And I actually look angry, so.
Toby, she's not really angry.
But I'm not angry at you. Who could be angry at you, you cute little boy? Let's talk about what we actually gathered here for, because we did not gather here to talk about my eyebrows, did we? We're here to talk about what you guys are probably waiting for, if you got this far in this video. It is official, you guys. We are officially moving. We signed our new lease and we are moving to
Miami. A lot of you guys have told us not to move to Miami. A lot of people also said not to move to Texas. So I'm kind of wondering whether or not we should have listened to you. But I think that it's going to be a good move.
I think it's important that we talk to you guys about why we chose Miami. And of course, we have plenty of hesitations especially after this move, and thinking that this is going to be our home for a little bit, and then us not really enjoying it as much as we thought. And obviously moving from California to here was massive. It's 22 hours of driving. It's not an easy short move. So now moving to the other side of United States for another 22-hour drive We definitely have hesitations. We're not 100% sure if that's the right choice, but we're ready to make that call and just try it out. So let's talk about why we chose Miami.
Well, I think we need to first start with the fact that we acknowledge that Miami is not going to be a great place to raise a child. Specifically, Miami Beach, where we're looking at, is not going to be where we see like our kid going to school or anything like that. So our main focus is just the about 2 years, let's say, that we have before we need to start focusing on where are the best schools.
I think by now you guys can probably tell that we are very on the go, very spontaneous, and our lives, like we are not crazy. Well, we are a little bit crazy, but like we don't have like insane personalities that we party or do crazy things, but we like a little bit of craziness and like surprises in our lives to keep it interesting, and it seems like you guys enjoy it too, because I guess there is always something going on. So like Randy said, the next place is not something, we're not looking for a forever home right now. Let's put it out there. Miami is probably not going to be a forever home, the same as with Texas. That was never an idea for us as a forever home.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a 1 year thing, maybe 2 max.
We have a little bit of time. I've mentioned in my previous vlogs that my biggest dream before was to live in New York City. And I've always wanted that, even for a year or two, just to try it out and see how it feels. And I've always had that dream to live there. And now with baby coming, I obviously am fully aware that New York City is probably not the best choice. Although I know plenty of people make it work, and it could be a great option. But I think after experiencing a little bit of really cold weather here in Texas.
Yeah, like this morning, you couldn't even go outside. It was 40 degrees out.
36
yeah.
At 8 a.m. So imagine what was there at like 6:30, 7 a.m. So we decided obviously New York is not really an option. The reason why I was thinking New York is because it's very walkable. It's close to Europe, obviously it's on the East Coast, it's closer to Randy's family. I think it has everything within the walking distance, which I really enjoy. The one thing that makes me really unhappy here in the United States is unwalkability or the lack of walkability. There's just not many places where you can walk, and you just have to get into a car to drive everywhere. And I think that has a huge impact on my mental health overall.
I think that Miami during the summer is going to be
miserable.
Terrible, but New York during the winter is miserable. So, I mean, actually, New York, like Christmas time is actually super nice and really nice to visit, but surviving through there and like January and February would just be terrible. Both places have their goods and their bads, but I think that, I don't know, we've never lived on the water. We've never lived like literally on the beach before. Mm-hmm. And that's always been something that we wanted to do. So I kind of feel like this is our last chance to do that.
But no, we can definitely do it sometime in the future in some other places, or if we make more money, I guess, then you can do whatever you want. But we were just thinking about where to move, and I was looking back at all the places we've lived, and we've lived in quite probably 8 or 9 places in the past 10 years. We've moved pretty much every year and a half or so. So we've been in a couple places, and the happiest I've been overall was in our house in Beverly Hills. And the reason for it is, one, it is Beverly Hills. It's extremely beautiful, it's safe, but it's also very walkable. And the amount of walking we've done, we're walking to the gym, we're walking to other workout classes, walking to the store, walking to the cafes, walking to all my appointments that I had. It just felt really free and very, I don't know, just like a breath of fresh air. So we've decided that the next area we're going to move to needs to be, for one, very walkable. It needs to have stores nearby. It needs to have gyms, workouts, coffee shops, restaurants, all in a walking distance. We know, again, that this is not a place for kids to grow up and run on the streets and kick the ball, but we have time until our baby boy is kicking a ball, you know?
Or walking in general.
I think that the last couple of months of my pregnancy, obviously, and maybe the beginning with a newborn, not really, but I think there will be time where I will be very tired and I could use vacation, and I think Miami Beach just feels like you're
on a vacation the entire time that you're there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to feel like, and I think that's probably going to maybe feel old after a little while.
Of course.
So,
yeah.
And I do think it's going to feel like a year-long vacation.
Yeah.
And if you're going to live on the beach, I kind of think that Florida's beaches are so much nicer than California.
Beautiful. I've had those hesitations because, again, you guys know by now, I love California. In my head, in my mind, nobody can talk me out of it. It is the greatest state in the United States. It has its problems. Once again, I am not saying it's a state that's a paradise with no issues whatsoever, but it has everything: the parks, the skiing, the mountains, the beach, beautiful cities with problems, of course, like any big city. But overall, it is really beautiful. But we've been there for 10 years, and we moved to Texas because we wanted to try something new.
Yeah.
And I think going back so fast would kind of cut that trial period for us for no reason too soon.
Yeah. And I feel like we would just kind of get stuck there.
Because we know that eventually I think we're going to raise kids there.
Yeah, back there. I think we'll do 1 or 2 years in Florida and then head back to like Irvine area or something like that.
OC.
I hear schools in general in OC are really good.
There's so many reasons for pros and cons. You know, we are obviously worried about the humidity and the heat. But another thing is, I don't know many cities other than like LA is not even like that, but New York and Miami, we've noticed that people actually try and people like dress nicer or like want to look good, which in Europe, it's like a funny video we did, but like in Europe when you go, but maybe it's changed a little over the years, but when you go out even to a grocery store, like you put on your outfit, like you do your hair, or like in Eastern Europe especially. And I feel like we're the best version of ourselves whenever we go for our Euro summers.
Yeah, because we're trying so much harder.
We're actually trying so
Miami will definitely be like that. New York would definitely be like that. But I don't think LA people are lazy.
Sweatpants.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's some places, like if you go out at night, then people try a lot harder. I just want to like get a boat still. I just want to spend more time on the water. I feel like boating culture is a lot cooler in Miami too and like the water in California is so cold.
Yeah. I think also what's nice is like all the islands you can go to. And I think it's an easy flight with a baby to even go to the Bahamas for a couple days, you know?
And then Europe is just $300 for a flight to London.
It's
crazy.
Your family is much closer. They're in Vermont and in Maine.
So they would fly from Boston, and that's also just a $300 flight. It's like $900 to get to LA for them. I don't know. I think it's going to be a good move.
But I think so, but I'm not going to lie that right before or after we signed, I need to grab Randy because this guy has been through some shit with me. But right before we signed the lease and after, I was obviously like going through my photos from LA and OC and was like, oh man, are we making the right choice? Like, should we just go back? Like, I truly love California and like, should we just do it? And I think we sat down and we had so many of those talks that obviously know we love California and like we obviously know we want to end up here.
You got to speak for yourself. Like, because here's the truth. I would rather stay in Texas than go back to California right now. But that doesn't mean that I like Texas better. Mm-hmm. I'm just like obsessed with the idea of not going backwards in my head. Yeah. And so like I would rather go to Miami and hate it than go back to California and not try something new. Yeah. Like, I don't think that I will like South Carolina better than California. And I don't think that I will like, even like people suggested Atlanta today. Mm-hmm. But I would rather go there and be right that I don't like it than go backwards.
I think we have proven with this move that there is a solution to any problem. And I think that if you're extremely unhappy where you are, we thought that our situation is unsolvable, to be completely honest. We signed a lease for a year. I was very unhappy here. We're like, okay, like at the end, I was like, I'm just going to suck it up. Like, I can't be so weak. I'm just going to suck it up, survive this year, and then we're going to go back to California. Our landlord was very understanding. He said that as long as there is somebody new, he's gonna help us, and he understands our position, obviously, with pregnancy being a complete surprise with all of it. But that just proves me that there is a solution. So even if we move to Miami and we're super unhappy, which I don't think we will, I think it's going to be a good year.
Well, we're set now because we just, in the lease that we just signed, we made sure to put in it that we can just terminate the lease at any point by paying an additional month's rent, which is awesome. So that gives us, like, if we go there and we end up hating it, then that would kind of suck that we waste that money, but it's nice to know that you have a very fast out.
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
luckily, we won't have to deal with this
honestly,
again.
I don't think we're going to hate it. The beauty of humanity and all of us, people and society, is that we have different preferences and we have different thoughts and we have different opinions. And, you know, some people might hate Miami. Some people might absolutely love it and not want to live anywhere else. Some people are obsessed with Texas, and for some people it just doesn't work. And that is what's beautiful. So I think there's just no black and white in life and like in our paths, and we have to try it out for ourselves to know. I was sitting, you guys, and I've told you guys in our previous videos, I was sitting on Trulia searching places to move in Wisconsin and Minnesota and Tennessee, and I'm like, wow, look what you can get for like this amount in Minnesota or whatever, you know, or like, which are houses just in the nowhere. And I thought I can do it. I thought that for me, the most important thing is to obviously have Randy with me. We work from home, so as long as I have the internet and have Randy, I'm good to go. But clearly this is not the case. And if not this move, I absolutely don't regret moving here. I think it was a great lesson. I think we've learned a lot. Randy probably less than me, because Randy would have been fine. Again, this whole move is mostly me on top of pregnancy. And a lot of you guys were saying that, oh, it's just pregnancy hormones, like just wait it out, like you're gonna be fine. You know, I think it was just much more than that. I just felt so caged and depressed here on top of dealing with pregnancy and being far away from the family and the weather changes and just not being able to walk at all and stuff, that it was just much more than the pregnancy. But it was definitely a great experience. And even if we don't like Miami, I think it's gonna feel like a year-long vacation. And even if we hate it, I think I'm still gonna appreciate this experience. And I think I'm going to have the things that I like, which is walkability, which is stores nearby, which is beach, which is beautiful weather. I know hot humidity in the summer. Again, there's no perfection in any place, so I'm aware of all the negatives. But I think all those positives are going to outshine the negatives, and we're going to enjoy our time there, regardless if it's a year or two.
And also, like, you're most likely not going to be there for June and July. Like, we'll be there most likely for August, which will still be very, very hot and humid. But you're going to take, like, I feel like the hottest portion, and you'll be in Europe for it. So kind of already have that all planned out. And now if we sign this lease for May. Mm-hmm. So that means in May of next year, our baby will be like 8 months old. So it'll be old enough to where we can move again if we want to.
Yeah.
I was seriously considering Hawaii.
That's being caged in a different way.
Yeah, it is. But it's like beautiful, probably the best beaches that you can get of any state in America. Incredible hiking, right? So it checks so many boxes, except for the fact that like getting in and out of Hawaii is so difficult. Not difficult, just expensive.
Expensive, because I mean, there's nowhere to fly really. You can fly to California.
Japan is pretty cheap.
But
and you love Japan.
I love Japan. So. No, that's definitely, last time we went to Hawaii, we were like, man, it would be so nice to have a house on the beach and just raise little surfers on the beach.
Oh yeah, little bleach blonde hair.
So we signed the lease. As Randy mentioned, we signed the lease for an apartment, which is a very new experience to us.
Yeah. Well, not new. Like, we've been in apartments before, but we haven't been in apartments in a while. But we kind of miss like having all of the amenities. There's things that I am not excited about, like
neighbors.
I'm not going to have my drum set anymore, obviously.
I think we have chosen an apartment over home for many reasons. It gave us an opportunity to be right on the water. Like, we can see the water from our balcony, which is like crazy.
It's a very like luxury building, so the amenities are outrageous. It's the pool that is right in front of the water. Is incredible. The gym is right there. Our biggest concern when we were looking at apartment buildings was Toby, obviously. But this apartment building comes with like its own pet watching service, which is absolutely crazy. Like, yeah, there's dog parks, and they'll like come and pick up Toby to take him for a walk if we can't get to it that day.
Actually, the leasing office was joking that there is more dogs in the apartment than people, which for some people might be like absolutely not.
No,
but we love dogs, we love it. And Toby also, keep in mind, like he is 10. And this dog, even though he's a big dog, he's a lap dog and he just wants to be near us. He doesn't, we have this huge yard. The past 5 houses we got, or 4, were all houses with yards. Both him and Leon, who passed last year, they did not go to the yard on their own.
No, unless I go outside. He goes outside to go to the bathroom and is right back.
He just prefers to be right where our feet are, next to us. He will go on walks whenever we go. But he's pretty much a lazy dog, so he doesn't care for the outdoor that much at this stage of his life. What I was going to say, that we have decided to choose the apartment over the house because of the amenities. I think that for the last few months of the pregnancy, where I'm going to be getting tired and maybe, you know, not as willing to be as active as I normally am, I think it is going to be really nice to have a pool downstairs. I can just go down and lay out on, or like just read my book, you know, in the shade, or head to the gym downstairs without the bigger issue. Again, you guys, the Trader Joe's is like a 3-minute walk.
So is Whole Foods is right there. I think Publix is right there.
Yes.
And Miami Beach is not like the rest of Miami from what I can tell. And a lot of people are saying, oh, well, Miami's not very walkable. And I completely agree. It's not. But Miami Beach is like...
I'm just laughing because we spent 2 weeks in Miami and we came to realize that the people from like the Miami, Coconut Grove, Brickell, whatever, they will hate on Miami Beach.
Yeah, and then people from
Miami Beach, they will hate on the other people. So we came to conclusion, because we're viewing apartments and houses everywhere, and that's going to be our next video where we're hunting for our next place. But every house we saw on the mainland, there was not a single person that didn't shit on Miami Beach. And then Miami Beach people, they're like, oh, how can they live there? There's traffic there and like homeless people and all of that. So,
but our thought process is that it's so walkable. Everything is so close that I don't really see us needing the car very often for anything besides doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
And then there's traffic going to and from Miami Beach, but you're kind of in like a bubble where everything you need is just right there.
That was what we liked about I liked about Beverly Hills, that it is LA, it is a big city, but Beverly Hills, it's its own bubble with stores, Pilates, all the appointments you need. So you don't really need to cross the line from Beverly Hills to like LA to get what you need. And Miami Beach feels very much the same. Surprisingly, when we went, we thought it's going to be like Santa Monica or Venice.
But there's not a single homeless person, which is just crazy coming from California. I didn't realize how bad California is until going to Miami and seeing the way that they handle the homeless people. Yeah. Like it's...
And we've been to areas that were touring houses that felt very scary. So we know that there are those areas on the mainland. Like we wandered around and we're like, oh my God, what is this? Obviously, LA has those problems too. And Miami Beach, surprisingly, was clean.
Yeah.
There's police everywhere.
But it was also like spring break.
Yeah.
And we were there during spring break too, and it didn't really seem that crazy.
I'm sure it gets crazy at night too, but our area is more residential. It's not on like the party side, so I think we're gonna be...
And that's the other thing, like we're awake at 5 o'clock in the morning and we're in bed by like 8 or 9 p.m. So I don't know. I think that our experience there is going to be very different from what everyone else is assuming. And I think that when people think of Miami, they think of, it's kind of like how people think of Las Vegas, but people who live in Las Vegas, it's like they don't go to the Strip, right? They're not experiencing all of that all the time. So I think it's going to be very different than people's like assumptions. But I could be wrong. I mean, we might just end up hating it, and that's okay. But
it is going to be a lesson regardless if we love it or hate it. We're just not ready to go back to California. We've been there for 10 years. We've done it. We know we love it. There's no reason for us to go back there to confirm it. Like, we know where we would want to end up. We're just not ready to settle down just yet. Like, we have time for that until the baby needs to go to school. So why would we just go back and do that? And we're fully aware that a lot of you will be saying, absolutely not, Miami, what, don't move there, you know, and that's totally fine too. Like, I respect everybody's opinions. I don't expect to everybody love our ideas or decisions. Like, that's again the beauty of us, that we're all so different, and that's fine too. But we need to learn from our own mistakes, and we need to make our own decisions and see what we enjoy to make an actual final decision in a couple of years of settling down somewhere. I am so excited. You guys have no idea. This is going to be an extremely stressful month because we have 2 trips coming up. So we have to pack up and go real fast. Mostly for you, a lot of work, but
we have to sell so much stuff. That's the biggest thing. We want to we want to get rid of this. Is a 4-bedroom house, and we want to move into a 2-bedroom apartment. So we got to lose a lot of stuff, which will be nice. It'll be nice to not have to move everything, but we're just going to be posting all of it on like Facebook Marketplace and hope for the best.
Yeah.
I'm going to start just giving stuff away.
Probably.
And it's going to be all your stuff.
No.
Anybody want a travertine table?
No, not my table. I hope you guys are going to follow along once again. Thank you for joining our crazy life. It's about to get even more crazy in the next couple of months. Thank you for keeping up with us. I love you all, and see you guys in my
next one.